Hey everyone, shout out to everybody in the chat. Oh, why am I hearing myself twice? Hold up, y'all. Yeah, I always hear myself like multiple times, and that's probably because I have more than one tab open. Okay, let me see who I have in the house. I saw some people in here. We're gonna get into it. Shout out to everybody that's coming in. There's been a lot of developments in the last couple of hours as far as this story goes. Um, Grizzly Hood News uh, has let us know that she has talked to Rudy, and Rudy does not want to talk and or interact with the media. He doesn't want to do that. In addition to his mother, Rudy said it, which I thought was interesting, given the fact that about what's been going on and whatnot and whatnot. Shout out to everybody. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you. Shout out to all the Facebookers as well. Peekaboo, I see you. Yes, I had done a little short earlier. Hey, Gypsy Lola, my love. Welcome, SW Liz, Nebulous. Welcome, all my beautiful members. Just a tea, please. Daisy Girl. Yes, no worries. You got to go to bed. Been dreaming. Hold on. Is it so? It's Cuomo. Although I don't. It might be Brian Entin too. Brian Entin tweeted about him having to sit down with Quanell X. But in this interview, we see Cuomo. Okay. So just a heads up. Not even trying to be funny. I just don't watch the news anymore. No worries. No worries. Yes, number 13. Shout out to everybody hitting that like button. I know. Thank you, Tammy, for being here. Unsupervised Manic says, "Wait, where's Brian Enton?" I hear you. This case does give it's very headache inducing. Her Majesty Glitter, yes, hoping for answers. Nicole's in the house. Glitter, glitter, Clarice, Grandma, Deborah, Dizzy Dimensions, Okie, welcome. Big Wheels, welcome. All my beautiful members are in the house. Pay Girl, welcome. Miss Oh, it talks baby girl. Okay, everybody, come on in. Her Majesty, Teresa, thank you so much for the email. I got it. Angie, thank you. Welcome to our new subs, The Walking Dead. Shout out to you, love. Welcome to all the beautiful new subs in the house. We've definitely have had a couple of new subs here. Thank you guys for being subs, and shout out to the new members as well. Angie Laverne, Alyssa, Blonde Bomb, thank you. Bright Art, Chrissy B. Sakina, thank you. Hello, Sandra, how are you? Thank you guys, everybody. Y'all, we have over 417 members. Shout out to us. Nicole Adas, Blonde. Oh my gosh. Kat, how are you? Yes. Thank you guys. All right. Shout out to everybody. And if some members are going to be arriving late. Lexi, Texi, welcome, my love. And Bobby, good evening. You guys are going to have to catch the replay for those that are coming in late. Thank you so much for being here tonight. All right. So, Mr. Quanell X, okay? It's been a lot that's been happening in the last, I don't know, 48 hours, specifically the last 5 hours, right? Since we were live, we talked, we broke down, definitely. Benjamin's been a member for 4 months. Shout out to you. She said, let's get into it. We were going to get into it. It's been a lot, right? It's been a lot of stuff. And we were really going to get into this one. And shout out to everybody. Calamity Jade, thank you, my love, for becoming a member. All right, let's get into it. I definitely fast forward to Chris Cuomo because shout out, I don't have anything against Mr. Cuomo, but he's a talker like me.
Kid's life in terms of getting the truth
Here we
back
go.
out here. Human rights activist Quanell X. Hey, Quanell, thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for your role in the situation.
Thank you for having me, sir.
So, what do you believe the truth is about Rudy's situation?
Initially, when the mother first reached out to me, she said that she felt investigators were intimidating her and harassing her and that she was concerned about her son's well-being.
Wow.
And so when she called me, when it was time to meet with the investigators, I went in with a strict open mind, believing that maybe the mother was being harassed and law enforcement was being a little bit more insensitive. Well, come to find out, what she told me the day before was not matching up to what she was telling investigators on yesterday.
Let me stop right there. Mr. Quanell X. I was under the assumption that Grizzy had called him. I didn't know that the mother had called Quanell. Who called Quanell? I'm pretty sure it was Grizzy because she said it in the presser that they were doing. She said, I called him. I brought him in. That's what she said.
When they were questioning her, she told me that the gentleman that had been seen around her house was an ex-boyfriend, but during interrogation with law enforcement, she told them in my presence that the gentleman was her nephew. But also, her family had already indicated to us there was no nephew who was ever there. So once we saw Rudy, Rudy was clutching her leg. Rudy, she said Rudy was unresponsive, that he was nonverbal. But when we were able to remove Rudy from her, he said, well, I want Quanell X to stay in the room with me.
So unresponsive and nonverbal. Keep those two words in mind, okay? Because those are the words that have been thrown up and down, upside down, all over the place, and it's had us clutching our pearls because we're trying to figure out, well, can the man speak or not? Non-responsive does not mean it means what it is. Nonverbal does not mean that you're not able to communicate. Let's be very clear about that. There's a difference between somebody that's non-responsive versus someone that's nonverbal.
I said, okay, and looked at the investigator. He said, no problem, fine, it's his choice. So when we removed her, the kid opened up. Took about maybe 5 minutes, but he opened up. And one of the things that he first said that stood out to me was, I just wanted to be free. I felt like a slave. He went on to say that she told him that you now got to be my husband. I'm going to now call you daddy of the house now. And she also convinced him that law enforcement was looking for him to arrest him, that he had warrants for his arrest for running away from home, and that if they caught him, he was going to jail.
Quanell.
So she conditioned him to believe, yes.
Conditioned him to believe, meaning just through words, or do you think that he was abused by his own mother physically?
Pay attention to the question. All right? It's that word slave. It is a trigger word. I get it. The thing is though, and I want to shout out Miss Love Me Auntie's advice. I went to her channel, I was in the chat. Shout out to her. I couldn't come up at that time, but I love Auntie. You guys know she's a channel friend. Auntie, you know, I could see the side of both arguments of people saying Mr. QX has a sketchy past. I get that. But I also see the side of, with such a sketchy past, as people have said, why put your rep out there like that? Why put yourself out there like that, knowing that law enforcement, or at least having a feeling that law enforcement could discredit you? Who does that? Just a question.
Oh, she did a lot more than that. She gave him drugs. She provided him with mushrooms, other type of drugs. Also, he admitted those things to us in the meeting. He also said that he ran away when he finally ran away from home and stole her car and left the house. He said, I just wanted to be free. We said, why? He said, because she was making me do things that I knew was inappropriate. She was violating my boundaries. We said, what happened? He said, she was making me get in her bed at night and sleep with her. And then he asked him, say, well, anything else happen? He admitted that she would kiss him on his mouth and his lips when he was in the bed with her, and that he did not like it. And he told her that he did not like that. And sometimes he would sneak out of the bed and get on the floor, but she kept making him get in the bed. He also said to us that she kept locking him in the room for years and then letting him out when it was time to go to work with her, or whenever she wanted him to run an errand for her.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com.
Hold up, y'all.
Newsnationnow.com.
1 second, and we're gonna go into that. All right. Do you guys see that
and you can find.
Hold up, Cuomo. Hold up, Cuomo. Quanell X interview. We got some other ones to see over here. What do you guys make of this whole situation? Because it's a lot. So Quanell X has decided to speak to News Nation. Although I'm waiting for the Brian Entin interview, and I believe it's supposed to be released today at 10 East Standard Time, unless it was Cuomo, who is also News Nation as well. But I'm confusion as to why, law enforcement discredited him right at the presser. He's on Fox 2. Thank you. Ellie, if you have the link to that, can you send it to me, please, on Discord? Because I have the one here on Fox as well, but it's only like a couple seconds. Please and thank you. Appreciate you. Hold up.
make him sleep in the bed with her. And he said that she made him play daddy.
Well, Fox 26 News was there yesterday, just moments after community activist Quanell X spoke about this case, recounting his conversation with Rudy and the allegations of sexual abuse. Claims that were disputed by investigators earlier today.
Wow.
Now, we caught up with Quanell X to get his reaction.
My problem with that, Chief, is your detective sat right there with me for an hour and 15 minutes and heard every word come out of Rudy's mouth about what took place at home with his mother.
So who's lying? Because he's absolutely correct.
But we start tonight at
He's
10 o'clock.
absolutely correct. Because seriously, hey Auntie, welcome. Shout out to Auntie. You guys check out her channel. She was covering this and doing a fabulous breakdown. What is the point? The detective was there. I just want to know. Like, I know you guys say that Mr. Quanell has a history. I'm trying to figure this out. What would be the point of lying about this? What would be the point? My understanding is that Grissy was the one that called him, and he came through. Grissy was, I mean, they're in the same state. Grissy was the one that called him. The detective that was at the press conference, and he actually answered the question. He said, I am trained. Listen, the detective even said during the press conference, I am trained to detect this kind of stuff in sexual abuse and sexual conversations. He said that. I'm trained. What would be the point of then the lies? I don't get it. You think that they're trying to cover something up? You think they're trying to cover something up? It talks, baby girl said, exposure. His reputation is trash in Houston. The community doesn't trust him. I know a lot of people have said a lot to me about Mr. Quanell X, but I'm just like, and I have people hitting me up about him, and I just said, I don't know. Why would he do that? I thought it was recorded. That's what I thought. That's what I was under the impression. I thought it was recorded. Somebody had said that it was recorded. And so I'm just trying to figure out, well, was it recorded or not? Did it happen the way that they're saying? I don't know what I don't know. I don't know. Hold up. And let me see. Is this the same one? Is this yeah, I think it might be. Hold up. Let me see if I could pull. And I believe this is the one we just watched, but I have questions, that's all. I have questions.
Yesterday, he was supposedly found alive at a church, unresponsive, with bruises.
Oh, we doing
He
a
then
poll.
told someone, who we have tonight, that his mother had held him captive for 8 years, drugged him, and used him as a sex slave. Never heard anything like it, if it's true. Police are saying now, well, he was only missing for 1 day, and that Farias and his mother, Janie, had deceived cops for years. Oh.
Bingo. This young man was only missing for 1 day. He was only missing for 1 day. 1 day turned out to be a billboard, a Dateline, missing person showcase, a huge billboard, which could have covered somebody else's face. You know what I'm saying? Why the lies? Like I'm sorry. I also feel like law enforcement is not being forthcoming about this. And no, all the shade. Okay, not just no shade, all the shade to law enforcement. But I really would have wanted to hear from the district attorney's office at this point, because I do feel like there's more statement that is owed to this. I'm going to do a poll. Do you believe that this is a cover up? Because right now, Mr. QX is tripling down on these allegations. He gave the exclusive over here to Independent. He doubled down there. Now he's tripling down on all these news stations. So could this be a cover up? But even if, and shout out to all my beautiful attorneys in the chat, but I have a question. Let's just say that Quanell's right. Let's just say that Quanell is right. Okay? Just a thought. That the detective was there when he made all these allegations. Then what? Cover up for what? Says Annie. What is the cover up? This is not going to a grand jury. I love it, talks baby girl. She said, no disrespect, but the DA doesn't owe us an explanation. No charges are being levied. Gotcha. Lady Webbs is like, can we get into Mr. X's background? Credibility means something in this case. What type of cover up? This is what Mr. QX is alleging, that that there's a potential cover up here. They're covering up this. That's what he said. So they're covering this up. The hole is deeper. Lisa P says, investigate that dude. I cannot. Listen, you guys take the poll. Let me know your thoughts through the poll, okay? That is how you guys can get, because I'm trying to figure out, even if, oh my God, y'all should see these votes. And we have 285 people here. Make sure you're hitting that like button, please, and thank you. 71 votes so far that I see in my end. 74% is saying there's a cover up. Mr. Quanell X has put out there that there is a cover up. Is there a cover up? 27% is saying no. It Talks Baby Girl says, I can't do conspiracy theories. I'm there with you on that one too. Because each and every one of them is lying, and they cannot do anything unless Rudy files for charges. But again, he was 17. His age plays a huge part in this, and I think it does in the state of Texas. It absolutely does. Brianna says, covering what exactly? This is the mom on the Facebook troll for fun, so what? Do you guys think that this says something about how victims are treated? Now, again, the police is not looking at Rudy as a victim. But do you feel like it sets something up for those victims that are out there? Because let me give it to you this way. This is how I see this, okay? Let's just say that all of this did happen, okay? And Rudy, for whatever reason, opens up to Quanell and tells Quanell all kinds of stuff, right? Just tells a bunch of stuff to Quanell and feels comfortable with that. Okay, let's just say that. The detective is there. Rudy's opening up. Mom's not with him, so he's able to kind of open up. I've seen situations where that has happened, right? Rudy decides to recant. What does that mean? It means he's 25 and he's able to do that. It means he's able to go back to mom. It means he's able to, he's of age. He was of age when he disappeared as well, according to Texas law, right? Isn't that what that means? But what does it mean for victims? Nanya Beeswax says, why would the police be covering this up? That's what we want to know. This is what Mr. Quanell is putting out there. He said this is a cover up. Right? I mean, I don't know.
Oh, really? Why did it take you so long to figure that out? Let me show you the timeline here, all right? This is our new beautiful studio. I can do this kind of stuff. I can walk around and do different things that make it easier for you to consume
Cuomo,
information.
Get to the point.
March 6, 2015, they say he's missing. March 7th, 2015, the mom reports Rudy missing. September 2018, relative calls 911 to say Rudy is not missing. That's 2018, okay? We're in 2023 now. The cops investigate.
Wait a minute. Y'all see the timeline that Cuomo is putting out? March 6, 2015, Rudy goes missing. March 8, 2015, mom reports Rudy missing. My understanding, he was reported missing on the 7th, but hey, you do you, News Nation. September 8, 2018, relatives called 911 to say Rudy is not missing. Cops investigate, but don't find Rudy. Matter of fact, that's where that picture came from, that infamous kitchen picture where he's standing there. Yes, And we actually did a short on this test. It was the cousin spoke with news about this. Said he wasn't missing. Cops kind of was like, well, he's still missing according to mom. What would be the benefit of having this young man missing? I know that some of us are, we're really good people here. We wouldn't think about motives because we don't want our loved ones to go missing. Absolutely not. Right? But what would be the motive of having your son go missing? Has this young man, did he even get to go to high school? Was he enrolled in any high school before his missing date? Did he get his needs met? Apparently he drives a car. Does he have a license? Any financials that we know? Amethyst said financials. The family is outraged right now, which I get it, understandably so. But I also feel like their outrage should have been throughout the time, not throughout the time that Mr. QX decides to get involved. It should have been throughout the whole space of time. Is your son missing? Is your nephew? Is your primo sobrino? Are they missing or not? Are you waiting for somebody who has social media following to step up and say something? Does happen. Was he missing or not? Because now they're outraged and they're blaming the neighbors, and the neighbors is like, what the? What do I got to do with this? I didn't even know that this person was missing. I just know him as Dolph from the block. Mm, I'm just saying.
Find Rudy. Really? Even though there become increasing and regular reports that Rudy is around the neighborhood. June 29th, 2023, he's finally found outside his Houston church. July 5th.
And so Amethyst had said this is financial. Shout out to Melissa. She sent us $2 super sticker. She said he has to receive his brother's insurance money. There is no logical explanation, which leads me to conclude mom is just severely mentally unstable. Let me ask you guys a question. I know I just put up a poll here, and it was regarding Mr. QX. Okay, I get it. But one of the questions that I had: do you guys believe the allegations? Okay. Thank you, Fly Girl 813. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna start a poll real quick. Do you believe the allegations? Okay, that QX allegedly repeated. It's a yes or no question. You guys are gonna hate me for it, but I mean there is no in between. This you either believe the allegations or you don't. Now you guys said, well, he embellished them. I get it, but like It Talks Baby Girl had said earlier, well, embellishment can also be construed as a lie, right? The truth is pretty black and white sometimes, unless you're an attorney. There's always that gray part. I'm not an attorney, so I'm just saying. It Talks Baby Girl. I don't believe Q unless he can prove that this was done without charging a fee. Insurance money and her sick schemes and abuse. Thank you for the $2, my love. And I forgot to read your comment, but I'm reading it now. She had the aliases like crazy. This lady had I don't even think Neve and Max would have been able to track the situation down. That's how many aliases. She had these profiles interacting with each other. Okay? Bella Ninos, Alexis Santana, all these other ones, Amber Kamek, all these other little profiles, all these fake pictures, all of them. She had a new GoFundMe, which she denied having. She had a new GoFundMe for her son's medical bills, $10K. She gave the pictures to the media, which come to find out aren't even recent. We don't even know if this young man has received medical treatment. Let's just be real. We don't know. Her Majesty says, start by believing the victims always. Lord have mercy. Could play daddy also be financial since Rudy and deceased dad had the same names? Ooh, That's a rabbit hole right there.
Rudy and the mother admit he hasn't been missing. Now, all right, so it's
Yes,
just
it
about the
is.
mom and maybe the kid, and they did this. It's on them. No, no. Here's why. Here's why it's worse than that. It's more than that. Okay? The mother was given all kinds of information that should have been red flags, like they were for this person you're going to meet tonight, who was a private investigator on the story. Rudy is 18 years old. The mother said he's 17, got his date wrong, got his birthday wrong. Rudy was reported seen in the neighborhood again and again. The mother told people it was her nephew. The cops took her at her word.
That's the problem. You're absolutely right. And Aunt said that the hospital pictures, there were some hospital pictures from 2012. So the ones that she submitted to the news media, we don't even know if they were recent. We don't. That's the problem with this whole situation.
They don't even check. Cops stopped Rudy and his mother numerous times, but accepted the fake names that they gave. Are you serious? And this is in Houston. You know,
Yeah.
it's not like in some one light town in the middle of the country somewhere, right? Some backwater. This is a real metropolis, okay?
Mm-hmm.
A backpack was found. The mother says, oh, yeah, it's Rudy's. It winds up not being Rudy's and belonging to an obviously much younger boy. All of this just kind of went away. All right. I want to bring in somebody who really made a difference in this kid's life in terms of getting the truth back.
So in this interview, I mean, QX is getting his flowers, okay? Calamity Jade says, I think the mother is nuts, but what besides the 2K GoFundMe? The GoFundMe Calamity was actually 10K. There was a GoFundMe in 2015 when he went missing. Then there was a second GoFundMe as of recent to cover the medical expenses that we don't even know if he actually went to the doctor. There was another GoFundMe. I'm gonna repeat myself. There was another I saw another GoFundMe under Janie Santana to cover her son's expenses using pictures from God knows when. We don't know if any of these pictures were recent. And it was for 10K. But what besides the 2K or the 10K GoFundMe did she get financially? Like she didn't get life insurance after being gone for 5 years. That's a good point. Aside from the GoFundMe, that was my question is what is the benefit of having all of that? I don't know.
Out here. Human rights activist Quanell X. Hey, Quanell, thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for your role in the situation.
Thank you for having me, sir.
So, what do you believe the truth is about Rudy's situation?
Initially, when the mother first reached out to me, she said that she felt investigators were intimidating her and harassing her and that she was concerned about her son's well-being. And so when she called me, when it was time to meet with the investigator.
Do you see that? Some's not making sense. That's not making sense. So the mom called him. I thought the mom. So this is my understanding, and we can go back to it because we like to put puzzles together here. We're a puzzle piecing type of channel. Okay. It is my understanding, and I had asked you guys, didn't Gracie said that Mr. Q was called by her, not by the mom. Okay.
Investigators, I went in with a strict open mind, believing that maybe the mother was being harassed and law enforcement was being a little bit more insensitive.
So initially he says he came in there to be an advocate for mama. All right.
Come to find out, what she told me the day before was not matching up to what she was telling investigators
Yep.
on yesterday when they were questioning her. She told me that the gentleman that had been seen around her house was an ex-boyfriend, but during interrogation with law enforcement, she told them in my presence that the gentleman was her nephew. But also, her family had already indicated to us there was no nephew who was ever there. So once we saw Rudy, Rudy was clutching her leg. She said Rudy was unresponsive, that he was nonverbal. But when we were able to remove Rudy from her, he said, well, I want Quanell X to stay in the room with me.
So at that point, Quanell was requested to kind of be there throughout the whole process. Yeah, I mean, I know Grissy and Quanell worked together in cases. They also said Rudy asked for Q. Yes, they did. They did say that. So right there, I was a little confused as to how his presence was requested. That's my understanding though, because I mean, we've been covering this for the last, I don't know, 48 hours, been on it. This smells like was a lie on being nonverbal. Lord have mercy. I'm looking at y'all's comments and they're going. Let me see what you guys said. What did Miss O say? I thought I saw Miss O say something. This smells like attention grabbing and grifting. Lord have mercy. I side-eyed the activist and talked to the media about an essay victim so soon. But I side towards the victim. This case it is very different. But let me tell you something. And I stand by what I said this morning. I think this put a little bit of pressure into law enforcement as far as the allegations. I don't think I would if I was in Mr. QX's shoes, I wouldn't have done all that. Absolutely not, right? Because that's just not in my nature to do. But if he's a community activist, right? And I'm just thinking, you say things to cause a level of outrage. But I want everybody to be careful here about how people play on your outrage too. It talks baby girl said it perfectly. You're using keywords that would get people outraged. When Mr. QX spoke yesterday, he said slave, and I immediately was pissed off as a Latina. Now, I'm sure that my black brothers and sisters were probably pissed off too hearing that word because that is a trigger word for a lot of folks. You have to sit back and really watch the whole thing play out and not allow somebody to play on your outrage. No, I would not. You're absolutely right. I would not. I wouldn't do that. That's just me though. But that's my advice for everybody. Don't let anybody play on your outrage because when we're outraged, we don't make very um sensible, logical decisions that we know we're not going to regret later. You know what I'm saying? Be careful with that. When people speak, figure out what words they're using to determine if they're playing on your outrage or other emotions. And when It Talks Baby Girl said that, I said, you know what? That's absolutely correct. It's absolutely right. It pisses you off. It does. But let me keep playing.
Said, okay, and looked at the investigator. He said, no problem, fine, it's his choice. So when we removed her, the kid opened up.
Very
Took about
true.
maybe 5 minutes, but he opened up. And one of the things that he first said that stood out to me was, I just wanted to be free. I felt like a slave. He went on to say that she told him that you now got to be my husband. I'm going to now call you daddy of the house now. And she also convinced him that law enforcement was looking for him to arrest him, that he had warrants for his arrest for running away from home, and that if they caught him, he was going to jail.
Quanell.
So she conditioned him to believe, yes.
Conditioned him to believe, meaning just through words, or do you think that he was abused by his own mother physically?
Oh, she did a lot more than that. She gave him drugs. She provided him with mushrooms, other type of drugs. Also, he admitted those things to us in the meeting. He also said that he ran away when he finally ran away from home and stole her car and left the house. He said, I just wanted to be free. We said, why? He said, because she was making me do things I knew was inappropriate. She was violating my boundaries. We said, what happened? He said, she was making me get in her bed at night and sleep with her. And then he asked him, say, well, anything else happen? He admitted that she would kiss him on his mouth and his lips.
Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, very much so. We're going to jump over to Twitter real quick because Twitter, we have some of the Fox 26 interviews on Twitter as well. Let's go to Twitter because Twitter's a different monster. They're always showing all these clips and stuff. Here we go. So this was the Fox interview today.
I asked,
Here we go.
listen to me good, is Allah is my witness.
Oh, Jesus.
I asked them 3 times, is there anything that I should not go out there and say to the media that would jeopardize your investigation? Because I don't want to do that.
What? Wait a minute.
They said no.
Did y'all hear that? As God is my witness, I asked, is there anything that I shouldn't say that would jeopardize your investigation? They said no. Let me play that. Let me play that. Did y'all see? Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that?
Listen to me good.
Listen to him.
Is Allah is my witness. I asked them 3 times, is there anything that I should not go out there and say to the media that would jeopardize your investigation? Because I don't want to do that. They said no. Listen to me good. Is Allah is my witness. I asked them 3 times, is there anything that I should not go out there and say to the media that would jeopardize your investigation? Because I don't want to do that. They said no. Listen to me good.
Am I muted? I'm muted. Sorry, yo. I'm like, listen, I was making. I'm sorry. I got to hit the unmute button. He said, as God is my witness, listen to me good. Listen to him good. Okay? He asked. He asked. I'm not muted anymore, am I? Okay. I'm not muted anymore. Let me know if you can hear me. I shouldn't be muted. No audio? Really? I'm not muted. Am I? Okay, we're trying to hear your lips. Y'all can read my lips. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. All right. Don't bring the good Lord in this. We can hear you. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, April Rain. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. All right. Listen to me good. As God is his witness, he was concerned about the investigation. I don't know what to make of this. Is this a show? Hold up. I cannot. Hold up. He said it. He said that he was not trying to jeopardize this investigation. He sure did say that. And this man, this Matthew, is it Cyril? I don't know his last name, but this guy, he was actually one of the ones that was outside filming when all this was going down. I mean, he has the footage in his Twitter. I don't follow him, but why? Why would he? Let's go to Fox 26, Houston. Pretty sure it's Fox 26, Houston. Okay. Why would he do that? Why would he do what? Why? Why would he do that? Why would he bring God? Just let me know. Let's see. I don't see the Quanell nothing in here at this point. I don't think that they have it in there. Questions remain. Yes, they do. Media attention. True says, I believe QX. I mean, you need to know the potential connections between the mom. GD, they've been throwing that out there too, is that mom is connected with law enforcement as well. There is that allegation out there. Okay. That's been said out there. My thing is, it's like, for why? Why do, like, I'm struggling with this one. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like I don't support as much as I appreciate that the family is coming forward, let me tell you what I don't support. I don't like the outrage of everybody like, to me, it's like this is something that the family could have done
But we
something
start
about.
tonight at 10 o'clock with the story
They're
getting
speaking out
national
now as
attention. A
well.
young man reported missing 8 years ago,
Here
finally
we
found
go.
days ago. But where was Rudy Farias all these years?
Yeah, where
Thank you for
was he?
joining us at 10. I'm Keith Garvin.
And I'm Lisa Hernandez. Daniela is off tonight. Back on March 6, 2015, the then 17-year-old's family reported him missing. Fast forward 8 years to last Thursday, when the now 25-year-old was finally found outside a church in East Houston. But in a twist, Farias may not have been missing at all.
I knew something was wrong with the story. When she was questioned, when they found him, he had her credit card in his pocket.
Look at all those
She just
details.
cashed that credit card 2.5 years ago.
Look at all those details.
So if he's been missing for 8 years, how the hell he get your credit card in his pocket? When they found him, she would take
All
him
these
to work
details.
with her, and he would do the required work she was supposed to do. And a lot of the responsibilities of her job was on him. No child should ever be treated like that by your own mother. This young man said that when he initially ran away, he came back 2 days later, and she told him that he had to hide, that he was going to get in trouble.
All those details.
KPRC2's Bryce Newberry live in Northeast Houston in the neighborhood where questions continue to mount tonight. Bryce.
Lisa and Keith, tonight we are not detailing these disturbing numbers cast doubt on him ever being missing.
Everything's coming out to the light because I knew that she's been lying all this time.
Rudy's aunt, Pauline Sanchez Rodriguez, tonight is worried knowing he's still with his mother.
I fear for Rudy Farias' life.
This is video neighbors took Tuesday night as Rudy's mother loaded up their car.
Wow.
Less than 24 hours before police questioned her.
And now they want to arrest me because they said I was hiding him.
Rudy's mother then shared that. The neighbors also say she offered to pay them. Did it seem like she was offering money to get y'all to stay quiet?
Stay quiet. She wanted us to keep quiet. But I told her, before I walked off, I told her one thing I'm not supposed to do is lie about something.
Keisha Ross.
Shout out to Keisha. Keisha was on Facebook and she said she's not going to lie. She's not going to lie for anybody. Shout out to Keisha. And then they try to blame Keisha for this. And Keisha's like, I just moved back to Houston. Brianna25 says, I can't stand to listen to QX tell his story. His voice speeds up when he gets into the gory details. Like, it excites him. It's disgusting. Thank you for the $4.99, my love. It kind of like, if he is an activist, right? It sucks to have people that you've tried to help speak out against you. You obviously aren't doing something correct, in my opinion. There must be something. Yes, allegedly. Well, that's what they said. He's 25 now. If nothing else, I believe the entire circle of the family, says Janice. I don't know. I'm with Keisha on this one. Shout out to Keisha from the neighborhood. She went in there and she said, I've been interviewed by everybody. I got an interview with Fox 3, 2, 4, 6, 10, 13. She had interviews with everybody, you guys.
Lives down the street. She knew Rudy as Dolph and saw him regularly.
He never came in my garage with a sober mind. Never.
Look at that.
The only thing he said to me was he didn't want to be at home because his mom got on his nerves.
And we know that Rudy and his mother left that hotel after interviewing with detectives earlier today. We have been here in their neighborhood all evening. So far tonight, no sign of them. But we are expecting an update from Houston police on this case tomorrow, a full week after Rudy Farias was found.
Wow.
We're live in Northeast Houston. I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC 2 News.
I think we have the full interview now of QX with Fox. Let me see if I can pull that up. I'm pretty sure this is it right here. Here it is.
With her.
Hold up. Go back.
And he said that she made him.
This is not the full interview.
Well, Fox 26 News was there yesterday, just
This is
moments
so
after
annoying.
community activist Quanell X spoke about this case, recounting his conversation with Rudy and the allegations of sexual abuse. Claims that were disputed by investigators earlier today. Now, we caught up with Quanell X to get his reaction.
Hold up.
My problem with that, Chief, is your detective sat right there with me for an hour and 15 minutes and heard every word come out of Rudy's mouth about what took place at home with his mother.
That's crazy. Give me one sec. Let me see. Oh man, we got more family footage over here. Give me one sec. Hold up. Stop it. Let me see what this says. Shout out to Cassie. She says, my name were being dragged. I would be angry as well. Q spoke out so he could save this kid's life. Police not doing much. Shout out to Cassie. And that is a lot of people are saying different things about Mr. QX. I don't know what to say. I also feel some type of way about it. I'm not gonna lie. I do.
2015.
Family right here.
What was it like seeing him for the first time in 8 years?
Well, they've seen him before.
It's like I felt
Right, Mirna?
the great presence. I felt my mom with us. It was beautiful. Very beautiful to see that he's okay.
Body, what is it? Body, yaddy, yaddy lady. She's got, listen. The body, yaddy, yaddy lady, the one from TikTok, that was not her. I wonder if she deactivated those pages. I better go check. Hold up while you guys are watching this.
He's skinny, but he's okay. It was awesome. We hugged. Until I finally let go.
And you got to give him his rosary?
Yes. No, not his rosary. I gave him a rosary that was from Jerusalem, from
Wow.
a holy rosary. He put it on. I put it on.
What did he tell you? Did he tell you anything about what had happened?
I didn't care to relinquish on that. It's not a good time right now, everybody. Okay? It's not a good time. Mentality, he needs to focus on getting well. His mentality needs to get well. He's at a scared, crazy, scared moments right now. He's going to be very cautious who he talks to. I appreciate you, the press, coming over here. I appreciate whoever notified me, the address. And at first it got on into a bad start. But once again, thanks to Miss Grizzy here, my son was able to see him. I was able to see him. And all that matters is his safety. He's comfortable. He did he made the statement that he doesn't want to see his mom.
Look at that.
Go back to his
He doesn't want to see his mama.
He just left it at that.
He just left it at that. And I did tell him we would not elaborate on nothing. He doesn't want anything to do with the media. When he's ready, he'll come forward.
Look at that.
Right now, y'all have me, y'all have my family who y'all talked to earlier, and that's all that you need.
Are you comfortable with the environment that he's going to be in?
For now, that's his choice where he wants to stay. I made friends with the property, they're renting, they're leasing. I made friends with them. After I got to talk to them for a little while, they're not as bad as one thinks. Obviously, you have to have a conversation with people and analyze that while you're talking to see exactly what is going on. My nephew feels safe, and this is where he'll be until he decides to move forward with somebody in the family. That's somebody I really believe is going to be my son.
Are these friends? Are these friends of the family that he's staying with?
I don't think she's as much a friend with Janie Santana. And I think that happened after she finally got a hold of the view, got a view of the whole story, what really happened in reality.
After seeing
Wow.
Rudy, has your perception on what might have happened changed?
Explain that to me.
From what you were experiencing this morning after the press
It's very
conference yesterday,
low.
has your perception changed after meeting him and seeing him?
It's a
My
bit low.
perception has not changed. I still feel that he's traumatized. He's gone through a lot. And I still feel that further actions need to be taken. And me and my family will discuss that. There again, I'm not going to force my baby boy, my nephew, to leave right away. We're going to take baby steps, okay? He's traumatized once again. Mentality is hurting him. Obviously, what has happened in all these 8 years.
And now that you have actually seen him and been able to talk with him, do you have a message for Janie tonight?
I'm not going to talk bad about her, no matter what. She's a half sister, what. But Janie, if you are out there and you're listening, no matter what, we're blood, okay? Get the help that you need. Come forward and acknowledge that you need help, just like my nephew Rudy did.
Wow.
Do you believe that in the last 7 years he has been sexually, mentally, and physically abused by his mother?
I'm not going to relate and recall to that, okay?
Oh, wow.
I believe that whatever he spoke to Quanell,
Throw the mic away.
not a young man that's going to lie. He wasn't raised that way, okay? I know he was manipulated into not saying things for so long, but if Rudy told Mr. X what in
Yes.
reality happened, everybody has to believe that story, the outcome. My gladness now, and I'm so happy, and I know my mom, rest her in peace. I know she's happy that this is all, we got to see him, you know, and my mom was never lying, never. And I'm just so happy that I
Wow.
got to see my nephew.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. So,
Hey everybody, this is Grizzly Live here with the Hood News, man. We're here. I don't even know where we're at, but yeah, we're out here with the family of yeah, this is Rudy's aunt. Please keep them in your prayers, friends. It was a crazy story. I don't really want to get into it too much, but I was able to talk to Rudy today. We sat down, had like a 20-minute conversation. Rudy is very articulate. Nothing like what happened yesterday. Like whatever you guys saw him fearful with the blanket, shivering, all those things. It was nothing.
did y'all hear Grizzly said he is very articulate? Nothing about what was put out there. He's an articulate young man, okay?
Nothing like that. So it kind of tells me that his mom has manipulated that situation. Very articulate young man, very bright, very smart. I got a sense of his personality, and like he likes reggae music. He likes tie-dye, really laid back, good person, and very sweet. So yeah, please keep him in your prayers. We spoke for about a good 20 minutes. Then I said, hey, would you be comfortable that your family, because, you know, he's not with family right now. And I asked him, would you be comfortable with seeing one of your cousins? And he said, yeah, specific cousin. He said, yes. And so, yeah, they hugged, they talked for a while. They caught up on some things. The cousin showed him pictures and just talked and said, hey, you need anything, you want anything? You know, I'm going to give you my number. We're working on getting Rudy a phone because he no longer has his phone. Mom took it. So we're going to get him a phone. Then his aunt came and they talked. It was a slow process to getting them to talk to Rudy. And then so Rudy felt comfortable. And yeah, he came out, talked to his aunt. They hugged. It was very emotional for the aunt as well. And, you know, they're making plans. Just it's one step at a time, because he has been away from his family for so long. These people that have him, he feels more comfortable with them. When I saw him, he was watching TV. He's curled up. He's got a blanket, just chilling. He was chilling with some dogs and just petting them. It was just really nice to see and know that he's okay. So I know a lot of people are the rumors, the social media hype, all that stuff, man. I don't really want to entertain any of that. But as it appears right now, Rudy is okay and he's safe. He's aware of the situation. He's aware of everything. He's aware of the media. He knows that this story has gone like super viral. He's aware of those things, and he just wants his privacy. He wants his space. He doesn't want his mother anywhere near him. Janie, if you're watching this, he does not want you around. You better leave him alone, because what he needs to probably do now is seek a protective order of some sort. And he just wants to heal. He just said, I need time. When I'm ready, I'll be ready to discuss
Protective
things.
order against
So
mom?
everything is in the, well, right now, what we want is to look out for his.
Did you guys hear that? Sorry, I was trying to hear. So, did I hear that correctly? A protective order against mom? It is a lot. Sounds very controlling. I mean, I really hope that they get him a therapist at this point. Um, that's what he needs. You know, a therapist. Like, I think they're trying to get a protective order against mom at this point. If he doesn't want to have contact with this mom, then that's his choice. Um, I guess I'm just confused by the protective order.
For his benefit and nobody else. Keep your comments respectful or you get blocked, man. I'm telling you right now, man, we ain't got time for all this.
There is a lot of
Like,
hands.
Some of the stuff is out of here. All right.
This is
Somebody
a lot.
said, with all due respect, is there a reason we can't see his face? Because he's been a victim, dude. And we did post little glimpses of his face on some of the social media. So I mean, his face is out there. You're just not, you haven't seen it. But yeah, you got to remember he's a victim, man. Have some respect. You go through something so horrible and so crazy, you wouldn't want your face out there. You know, there's a level of respect on this stuff. But yeah, he is away from the mom.
Who?
All right, folks, reporting live here somewhere in the hood. I think this is East Patrol, so somewhere on the east side or east end or something like that. It's your girl Grizzy. Back to you.
So that is what we have so far. Okay. Lizzie says, rewind, Rabbit. I think you will understand better. She didn't say he is getting a protective order. Oh, okay. Only that he doesn't want her around and she thinks he should. Okay, Lindsay, thank you so much. So clarifying. I don't know what the criteria is for a protect. Can you just get a protective order against like anybody at this point? Like in such circumstances, right? If she thinks that he should. I guess it's just an opinion, but thank you so much, Lindsay, for pointing that out. Lord have mercy. Maybe Adult Protective Services will assign him a social worker and referrals necessary to services counseling, making potential police reports. Right. I do think he needs therapy at this point. That's kind of where we're at. Okay, Mama, we're done. All right. So before I go, I wanted to show you guys. This is who, for those that missed it. This is who. This is who Janie Santana said she was. This is who she believed she was. Okay? I don't know. She was using people's pictures. She was repping Jenny Rivera. Shout out to Jenny Rivera. She would show these kinds of, I don't know, images. Blondes, fun. Like I don't know if she just kind of pretended that this was her. Okay, Mama. Hello, heels on, hell on heels. Post a picture of you and then post a picture of the man that he cheated on you with, as we showed yesterday. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to show. I don't know. Shout out to everybody. Thank you so much. Sorry, you guys. I'm checking these comments. Okay. I'm going to have to head out now because I got to go tend to baby bunny. Of course, this is a developing story. I guess we will see what happens next. I really want to, I'm going to see if I can get other, because it sounds like Mr. QX is going to be doing interviews with other outlets besides Fox. I mean, he's already done News Nation as well. There might be other ones out there. So I'm kind of curious to know what other things are being said. At this point, I think that this is about Rudy. Then that's where we need to keep it at. You know what I'm saying? Like, let this man get his therapy and hopefully have some level of normalcy after all of this. Other than that, I don't know what to make of this. As far as what the police didn't or didn't do or what was dropped, They're not taking ownership of what they're doing what they need to do, basically, based on those words. Do I agree with it? Absolutely. Oh Lord, absolutely not. I don't. But I'm just saying, just feels something feels off. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about this whole situation. Again, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm out of here. You guys have a great night.